What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. Let's dive into NXT from December the 12th, 2023. The fallout from Saturday's NXT deadline. The show, for the most part, was decent. We're still building a few matches for New Year's Evil, which is shaping up to be a decent event. We've got another 2.5 weeks left to go. But this was a pretty okay show for the most part. So we kicked the show off with Trick and Melo. So Trick was telling one of the guys that he is going to address Ilya Dragunov. No one's going to stop the momentum that he has, and he's wants to become NXT champion. He's going to make those intentions clear tonight in the middle of that ring. So this leads us into Cora Jade. She comes out. She gets on the mic. And she explains that she's been gone for 4 months, basically. We all know the real reason why she was gone for 4 months. She makes fun of the fans. She says that they're kissing your little 8x10s of her goodnight. Don't worry. Because everything's fine. She's back. She mentions how they were tweeting her every day, every episode, begging her to come back. She says that her intentions are clear. She wants to become NXT Women's Champion. She says that everything is better when Cora Jade is around. She also gives props to all the women that were in the Women's Iron Survivor match. She gives them their flowers. She also says it was one hell of a match. She said, but let's be honest, at the end of the day, nobody's talking about any of those women. They're all talking about the return of Cora Jade. As I stood holding that NXT Women's Championship high. Out comes Lyra Valkyria. She puts down Cora Jade. She welcomes her back. She said that a bunch of stuff has changed since she's been gone for 4 months. She said that she dumped her from behind at deadline. She says you're still taking shortcuts, just like you always have. And so Lyra says that she's changed in the last 4 months. Cora Jade has been gone. She says that she's not the same woman that you used to mess with. She says that she's the NXT Women's Champion. She didn't care what generation you think it is. I don't care what you think you deserve. There's nothing you can do. So Blair Davenport, in typical fashion, she comes out and she puts over the women that she defeated in the Women's Iron Survivor match at deadline. She talks about Lyra Valkyria. She says that she's here to remind us of something important. You need to focus on me because the time is ticking on your reign. And come New Year's Evil, I'll become champion that I was always destined to be. So Lyra says that there's no way in hell that Blair Davenport's taking this title away from her. And she also says that she's surprised that both Cora Jade and Lyra Valkyria aren't friends already, considering they jump people from behind. And so they continue to jaw back and forth for a little bit, and then Nikki Lyons comes out, and then a massive brawl breaks out between all four women, and that's how we end the segment. It was fine, but I hate when they do that. It's so damn formulaic. I don't like that. Everyone does it. Shawn Michaels does it from time to time. It's the typical WWE formula. They always do that, and I don't understand why. I just don't. We know that Lyra Valkyria is probably going to easily retain her title at New Year's Evil against Blair Davenport. But then where does Blair Davenport go after the fact? Where does she go? Does she go to the main roster? Does she start a faction with somebody in NXT? What does she do? Because Blair Davenport has all the tools to be NXT Women's Champion. She does. But I think when she loses, I think she does need to go to the main roster. I think she would be a solid hand. She could be a heavy for somebody on the main roster. I don't know whose heavy she could be, but she would fare well on the main roster. I think she would do very well on the main roster. She would. It's just, we all know that Blair isn't going to be champion right now. I do think that Shawn Michaels is going to allow Lyra to have a long run with the title. I don't see her dropping it. I don't see Lyra Valkyria dropping it, honestly, until Stand and Deliver. So she'll probably be champion for a good 4 to 6 months. And then Lyra will drop it at Stand and Deliver, like I just mentioned. But we'll see when we get there, I guess. So this sets up for the main event later on in the night, which is going to be Lyra Valkyria and Nikita Lyons versus Cora, Jade, and Blair Davenport. So that was the main event. Okay, that's fine there, I guess. I'm glad that my girl Nikita Lyons is back. I'm glad she's back. And Booker T acted the fool on commentary. He acted the fool on commentary. Like he always does. Moving on. So Carmelo Hayes, he got jumped in the backstage area, whatever reason. We all know that Carmelo attacked himself. So, yeah. Moving on from that. Kelly Kinnaid had a backstage interview with Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee said that Saturday was a dream come true for Dragon Lee. To have Rey Mysterio on his side, it was incredible. Dragon Lee wishes Wesley a speedy recovery. Dragon Lee wants to be a fighting champion. We'll find out who his next challenger is tonight. So this leads us into our first match of the night, which was a 6 mixed person tag team match, which was Metaphor versus Briggs and Jensen and Fallon Henley. So Tiffany Stratton, she came out towards the end of the match. Her and Fallon Henley had a little brawl scene that led to the back. And this allowed for Briggs to get the win via the clothesline to hell. So this sets him up for a future shot at the NXT Heritage Cup, which I'm fine with. It actually makes sense. So Josh Briggs, he's growing on me a little bit. I'm starting to like him a little bit. He's got potential, if we're being honest. He's got potential. My thing is, I just don't like the stable, you know. I don't like the gimmick that him and Briggs and Jensen portray. I don't like the whole cowboy gimmick. I think that's a lame-ass gimmick. If we're being honest, it's a really lame-ass gimmick. Moving on. So Carmelo Hayes, he's medically cleared to compete, despite being attacked in the parking lot. So Carmelo wants Trick Williams to handle his business with Ilya Dragunov. Melo will call out his attacker later on tonight. So Lexis King, he crashes the opening ceremony for the 2023 men's breakout tournament. He attacked one of the guys. I think he attacked one of the Indian guys. I know his last name is Bearhill. I can't remember his first name. So he's going to be added in. And I do think that he's going to be the main one to win the tournament. Because he's going to be a star. And it would make sense for him to win the breakout tournament. Like, why not? So I do expect him to win the tournament. He's my main pick to win. I mean, everybody else in the tournament is just there, really just to be there, if we're being honest. So Oba Femi versus versus Osbourne in the men's breakout tournament, first round match. Oba Femi wins. We've seen him before. He wins via the pop-up powerbomb, so that was nice. I don't understand why Osbourne didn't have his boys out there, why he didn't have Drew Gulak and crew out there. That was kind of weird to me, kind of odd to me. I don't know why. And this is single elimination, but I don't understand for the life of me why in the hell didn't Osbourne have his crew with him. Kind of damn weird to me. I don't know. Shit was weird. Moving on. So, Kelly Kinane had another backstage interview with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton wants to vent. She says that she's sick and tired of Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley is beneath her on so many levels. Tiffany wants to show Fallon Henley where she truly belongs, and that's going to happen next week. So that's cool there. That's good that they're still continuing the Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton feud. Fallon Henley is decent. She's solid. Her, Kiana James, and Tiffany Stratton are very, very solid. And I do think that all three of those ladies have a bright future in WWE. They really do. I could see Fallon Henley being NXT Women's Champion. I could definitely see Kiana James winning the NXT Women's Champion in 2024. That's one of my predictions, and hopefully it comes true. I also think that Tiffany Stratton will be champion again also in 2024 as well. When that time will come, nobody knows. But Shawn Michaels. So, yeah, but I'm digging the Tiffany Stratton Fallon Henley feud. How it'll end, nobody knows. I'm guessing maybe they can carry it out to, I want to say, Vengeance Day, NXT Vengeance Day. They might do it there, where they do like the payoff to the feud there. So that would make sense, have them feud start next week, take a few weeks off. Well, still build it up, do the second match at New Year's Evil, and then do the third and final match at NXT Vengeance Day. That's what I would do. Moving on. So, Dragon Lee had an open challenge for the NXT North American Championship. It was answered by one Tyler Bate. Dragon Lee retained via the Destion. Well, actually, it's called Operation Dragon to pick up the victory. Post-match, Dragon Lee hugs Tyler Bate. Shawn Michaels, you are a damn coward. Why won't you turn Tyler Bate heel? You damn coward, you. Coward. Tyler Bate needs a heel turn like nobody's business. Seriously. Moving on from that. So Tyler Bate wants a shot. My bad. Josh Briggs wants a shot at the Heritage Cup. So it seems like they're trying to split up Briggs and Jensen and Fallon Henley, but it's not going to happen right this second. They're building towards that because we see it coming. Because it seems like there's going to be jealousy in the camp. Because Jensen was talking down to Briggs. He was just like, "Nah, man, you can't really do it. This is a round system. You got to go 3, 4, sometimes even 5 rounds." And then Fallon Henley was like, "Nah, he's got it. He can do it. And so they did the little shield fist bump. And, but we can see that there's cracks in the crew, the cowboy and cowgirl crew. There's cracks in that crew. Moving on. So Lexis King is now going to be participating in the men's breakout tournament. Next, Dijak versus Eddie Thorpe. It ends in DQ. So the top rope falls off. So Dijak attacks Eddie Thorpe with the turnbuckle bar several times. And Dijak dumps Eddie Thorpe's ribs first onto the middle turnbuckle. So I like that. That's fine there. Moving on. Because I don't really give a damn about Dijak or Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe, a.k.a. Carl Fredericks, needs to go back to New Japan or even go to TNA, if we're being honest. The guy just doesn't have it, in my opinion. Moving on. So, Andre Chase basically wasn't able to make enough money to save the school. So the bake sale got like $66 and some change. And I think the car wash got, I think it was 200 and something, like $240 something. So they only got, so they got close to $300. And that's all they got. It was so funny. It was hilarious. I was like, oh shit. They did my boy wrong. My boy couldn't even raise $300. Come on, man. Damn. So Andre Chase was just telling everybody to just come up with ideas. And then Duke was just talking shit to Andre Chase and just saying, wearing a bunch of deep shit. And then out of nowhere, Reggie pops up and he basically says, hey, look, I got a proposition for you, Mr. Chase. I need to talk to you. So that's interesting there. Interesting. I wonder where the rest of Out the Mud are. Where is Lucian Price and Nema? So where are they at? But that's interesting there. I do like that. I could see them working out a under the table backyard deal between the two. And if Andre Chase fails to pay it back, he could basically like lose the school. So yeah, I could see that. Moving on. Riley Osbourne versus Canoe Carver. And Canoe Carver, this guy is fucking jacked. Holy shit, this guy's jacked. I think he played football. I want to say Division I. But this dude is jacked. Holy shit. And Thea Hale was out there to cheer on Riley, who she has a crush on. So Riley got decimated in this match, which pissed me off because he should have lost. But he won, and he won via a shooting star press. It's like, bro, this guy probably is like maybe 210 slim, and he pins Carver. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This makes no sense. He could have won like a roll-up. Like, that would have been believable. That would have been something I would have been fine with. But a damn shooting star press? Come on. Like, what? That was weird. But I think that was because of storyline purposes and everything. So that makes sense. Moving on. So Dragon Lee's going to put on... he'll put his North American title on the line next week against one of the members of Team Drew Gulak. I don't know what they're even called. So, moving on from that, that's fine, I guess. Who really cares? Hopefully it'll be Charlie Dempsey. That'd be great. Charlie Dempsey versus Dragon Lee. Sign me up. But knowing our luck, it'll probably be Damon Kemp. I'm willing to bet money on that. Like $5 is going to be Damon Kemp. I guarantee you guys that. It's going to be Damon Kemp. I guarantee you that. Moving on. So, Thea Hale, she's backstage trying to talk to Riley. She's stumbling all over her words and stuff and everything else. And she says that he smells good and everything else, even though he just got done wrestling and all that. And so he said he's going to go shower and everything else. And it was good talking to her and meeting her. And so Thea Hale's asking JC Jane if she did good. JC Jane's like, nah, girl, you didn't do good. You did bad. You did bad. And then Kiana James and Izzy Dame, they came into play, and they started taunting and making fun of Thea Hale. So that's interesting there. So we'll see how that develops. Then the main event, Lyra Valkyria and Nikita Lyons versus Cora Jade and Blair Davenport. Cora Jade gets the win. She pins Lyra Valkyria. I didn't like it. Why? Because I don't like my champions getting pinned. And Lyra Valkyria got pinned. So they'll probably end up making a triple threat match at New Year's Evil. Lyra Valkyria, Cora Jade, Blair Davenport. I guarantee that's going to happen because I doubt Shawn Michaels wants Blair to lose like that and then just to go into obscurity. So I'm guessing Cora Jade's probably going to be added into the mix just to eat the pin. And they can run back Lyra and Blair at a later date. That's what I'm assuming. But I do not like when champions lose. It really pisses me off. I hate that shit. I despise it. Moving on. So, next week, Gallus will take on Hank and Tank. So that's interesting. Then the closing segment, Trick Williams. So Trick comes out to a great ovation. He puts over all the guys that he beat at NXT Deadline. He said he would usually come out here and talk about his opponents, but not this time. He's got nothing but love for those boys. He says, we put on a banger last Saturday. I heard NXT is coming out with an award show at the end of the year. I nominated that match against any match that's happening in NXT this year. Let's talk about it. So Trick puts himself over big time, says that that he's been the clutch. Forget Steph Curry. I'm Trick Curry. I'm Trick Grady. I'm 23 in LA. Never mind who you thought I was. I'm Trick James, bitch. And that was great. It was absolutely golden. I love that. Trick Williams is money, dog. Trick Williams is money. In 2024, if Trick Williams does not become NXT champion, Shawn Michaels, you are a clown. Trick Williams needs to be NXT champion. He does. And I'm a massive fan of Ilya. I like Ilya. I like his work. And he's pretty solid in the promo department. But Ilya needs to be on that main roster. Ilya could be killing it on the main roster in the mid-card. He'd be a serviceable, solid mid-carder. He really would. Because there's so many guys for him to work with on the main roster. But Trick Williams, he needs to be the face of NXT. He needs to be the face of NXT. If not, it's a travesty. It's a total travesty. Continuing on, he says that he's the baddest man in NXT. He says that I'm imagining it now. The baddest man in NXT against the hottest NXT superstar under the sun. So Dragunov comes out. He gets on the mic and says, a few months ago, you and I stood across the ring from each other, and you thanked me for pushing you to another level. Do you remember that? He says that he couldn't watch Trick's match live because he was getting into the zone for his own match. But he went back and he watched it. He said, you won from the jaws of defeat with a few seconds left. He said, then I would be having a contest with someone else. You've been riding a wave of momentum that's never been seen before. I mean, whoop that Trick. It's all over WWE. It's the talk all over WWE. And I say this with respect. Your journey at New Year's Evil, it comes to an end. So, Trick then responds by saying, look, if you look me in the eyes and said to me a few months ago, I probably would have played it cool. Deep down, I wondered if I had what it takes to face Ilya. But this isn't a few months ago, dog. I'm here to show the world what I can do. This is my time. I'm talking that talk. I'm the man here in NXT. In 3 weeks, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat the best that NXT has to offer. And I'm going to be your new NXT champion. So, Ilya is like, look, you make good points, Trick, but I've sacrificed too much to become NXT champion. I sacrificed too much to stay champion, but I'll do whatever it takes to remain NXT champion. So Melo comes out. He says that he apologizes for interrupting both Trick and Ilya. And Trick was like, hold on, Melo, this is not like... Trick responds by saying, hold on, Melo. Like, this is not the time, brother. This is between me and Dragunov. He says, I know. But remember the business I told you we had to take care of earlier? 2 months ago, they dragged my name through the dirt, and that ends the night. Because I know who attacked you. It's the same person who attacked me. And then Ilya tries to leave, and Carmelo tells Ilya, like, don't leave. I want you to heal us. And then he says that it was Ilya who shook out both Trick and Melo. And Ilya responds by saying, like, what the hell are you talking about? I had no part in what happened to you both. And then Trick was like, tell me, dog, what's going on? Melo was like, think about it. He's trying to separate us. He's trying to put us against each other, saying that you assisted me at Great American Bash and all that. And by the looks of it, he didn't want to take that chance. So Ilya responded by saying he didn't think that Melo would be... he knew that Melo was arrogant, but he didn't know that he was delusional as well. And then Carmelo was like, delusional? You're more calculated than you look. He said that he had him beat at Halloween Havoc, and you know it. He came out and distracted me to cost him the win. Trick, that was the plan all along. Man, I know I would have done anything to get that championship, but you had beat me. And then they continued to jaw jack some more. And then Carmelo was like, nah, look, man, it's too late for all that. We're on the same page. And then Trick was like, look, you got your point across. Melo was like, nah, I didn't. Ilya needs to know how it feels. That's something taken away from him. The same way you did, the same way I did. You don't deserve that championship like Trick does. And so Melo then attempts to snatch the NXT title out of Ilya's hands. And then Melo accidentally clocks Trick with the title as the show goes off the air. So that was pretty cool there. The crowd, they chanted, Melo is guilty. So we know that Melo is guilty. Melo is the one that attacked Trick. So it does make sense. This is interesting, but this has gone on for far too long. And this thing has to come to a head at New Year's Evil. It has to. We need to get a close to this. We need to put a pin to this and, end it. Because this has gone on for far too long. We know that Melo was the one that attacked Trick. It's just common sense. But NXT was solid this week. I enjoyed some of the stuff on there. The Trick and Melo stuff is good. The breakout men's tournament, that's fine there. Again, Lexis King will probably end up winning that. The other feuds that they're building towards is fine. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.